Hey everyone, Eugene here, back again. Hope you're all well. This time we've got a unboxing of Joy, the newest, the latest from Dior. It's already been out like a month, so I feel like, you know, it's not that new anymore. I'm already expecting the latest flanker. Unfortunately, that's the time, the sign of our times, but I've been reading the reviews online. I'm getting a really big kick of the abuse that this thing is taking. A lot of negative reviews. People aren't happy. Pretty much calling it garbage and all that. And, you know, as kind of a reviewer, if I were to have any kind of integrity, I'm supposed to come on here and say it's trash and garbage and mainstream and mass appealing and all that, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, we'll see. I've only gotten the chance to wear this once. Tried it a few times. You know, the first time I tried it on a blotter, I got pretty much the same reaction as when I tried Gabrielle, and I was really disappointed. You know, I just expect so much more from, you know, the big pillar houses, Dior, Chanel, Guerlain, you know, Hermes, Cartier, so that kind of thing. But you know what? There is something about these trashy woman designers that I do like. I do appreciate them a lot more than the mass appealing men's designers, which I find absolutely hideous. And I'd much rather be caught wearing this than something like Azzaro's Chrome Wanted or whatever they're called. I'm not up to date with, you know, the latest flankers, but yeah, quite mass appealing, mainstream, you know, catering to the masses. It's very catchy, just sort of like a pop song. Something you'd find on the radio, top 40 or whatever. That's basically what it is, you know, a white floral, which is very trendy and everybody's doing nowadays. It's really funny because it does take about 3 years for them to get this from start to finish, to get this out on the road, packaged and in stores. You know, it takes some time for the perfumer to come up with a concept and create a formula. It takes time to see if the materials are going to come together, if they're going to be able to source materials, you know, packaging and all that stuff. Just, you know, from the things that I've been hearing from Thierry Wasser, it takes about 3 years to get a fragrance on the road, department store ready. So it's really interesting how, you know, all these big brands are coming out with white florals for women. It's almost like they had some kind of forecast, and I'm not sure if they all collaborate or corroborate or something like that, but it's very interesting nonetheless. Anyway, let's get to this. I got a couple of really cool goodies. I've, you know, made some friends with some sales assistants, which are always awesome. Got, again, this is some kind of makeup bag or some kind of kit. So we'll open this up and I'll quickly show you what this is. And I'm not sure I'm gonna have any use for this. I actually don't know what this is. Maybe a case for compact or makeup or whatever. But I know they were giving stuff out, so I asked the assistant if I can have one. And it does say Joy in there. So what I've noticed kind of, and the assistant pointed this out, is I think it was for Sauvage and maybe a few of the other Dior's, they were using the bee, or it was a fly or some kind of pesty fly in the cap and on some things. With Joy, they're using this star insignia, and I'm not really sure what that means, but they're just kind of going with this star, which they've got inside the cap of the bottle. Okay, so I did get this also. Very pretty box. Packaged up really nicely. Okay, I'll just open this up. Some cool things. I guess they're just kind of samples and some minis. Okay, I'll just place that over here. So I got One, looks like 3 samples, and they just sort of look like this. Got 3 samples. Got this, and I'm not sure, this is kind of new. I've never really seen this before, but the assistant says it's a nice collectible, and what that is just like a bookmark for your book. You know, this little thing here. And I've never really seen this before, and I thought, that's really cool. I'd love to have it. So, pretty neat. Neat little bookmark. I got here a DIOR JOY Eau de Parfum. So this is Eau de Parfum concentration, and this is a mini. I'm not sure what size this is. Little mini. Doesn't say anywhere, but I am curious. I love the minis. I love collecting minis. 5 ml mini. Okay, so we got the 5 ml mini and just more wrapping paper, and there's the actual box. And you can see they're using some interesting colors. Just in the advertising campaign, they're using Jennifer Lawrence, and she's kind of swimming around in the pool. And on the stand in the actual department store, they've got kind of this, it's this, you know, the tray that the bottle sits on. It's kind of this silvery, watery, reflective thing with a blue tinge to it, almost like the tinge you'd see off of a pearl, or let's say the shell that the pearl comes off. So pretty interesting that as well, you know, the whole marketing thing. Okay, so here's, let me just put that aside. Here's the actual bottle, which is, you know, we've seen this before with Sauvage. We've also seen this with their exclusives, but the cap is kind of new. And inside there, you're not going to be able to see this, but they've got the star in there as well. So let's spray this up in the air. I had this on the other day, and my wife got in the car and she said it smelled really cheap, like very synthetic. And you know, I kind of got to disagree with that. To me, it doesn't smell cheap. It didn't give me a headache. It smelled really well put together. And what I get from this is really to me, it's, you know, they list florals. To me, it's more of a white floral. They list rose and jasmine. It's very abstract to me. I pick out actually more jasmine than rose. And they call fruits, woods, and musk. And yet I get, you know, everything that's listed, that's what I get basically. Florals, like I said, jasmine, a white floral, more so than the rose. The woods, to me, it's a very creamy sandalwood, definitely woody fragrance. And, you know, the fruit, it's so hard. It's almost like a generic fruit, but somehow I just seem to be picking up coconut, and I'm relating that back to the sandalwood, because sandalwood always has this coconutty reference to me. And it is kind of this fun, fruity nuance. You know, this is nothing serious here. It's kind of like, you know, young girls driving down the highway in their convertible with the top down and the music on full blast. That's exactly what I think of when I smell this. Nothing too serious. This will never be compared with, you know, some of the greats. I don't know what some of the greats are. Whatever they are to you, they might be different to me. But what it is, it's basically a very fun, a fruity, a youthful, energetic fragrance. Exactly how they're campaigning this in the marketing. You know, the one time I wore it, I thought it was really well made. For what it is, you know, floral, fruity, and woody. That's basically what I got. Another interesting thing I kind of picked up in this is that it has that kind of pollination accord, which I love in fragrances, and I don't pick up too much, and they're mostly in florals. And it's just kind of like, I get this buzzing sensation, and I get the sense that bees are pollinating flowers, and it just adds this very slightly animalic touch to it, which I love, love, love. So it adds just a little bit of sophistication, but it's kind of like, you know, it's just there in the background, not always there to pick up. But again, the bottle, even the bottle being pink, you know, very trendy along the lines with everything else that's been released in the last 5 years, starting with La Vieille Belle, Mon Guerlain, Twilly, even Gabrielle. It's, you know, they've gone with gold, but it's kind of got that rose gold, that pinky rose gold touch. So, you know, pink is here to stay. It looks like it's not going away anywhere, and it's really unfortunate. That's just sort of the times that we're in. And if this is gonna evoke any kind of scent memory for me, it's gonna be exactly, you know, the times that we're in. They say art is inspired by the society that we live in, and right now everything's in a right now, on demand, instant gratification. And when I wear this and I smell this, that's exactly what I'm going to think of. You know, today's society, now, internet, you know, everything is a rush, a race, and unfortunately that kind of thing. I'm never going to have a, you know, like a sophisticated memory attached to this at all. Just sort of like end of a summer blockbuster hit, really bad cast, really bad plot, and a horrible ending. But it's going to generate millions and millions and millions and thousands of dollars at the box office. So, Dior Joy, I don't really know what else I can tell you. You know, if Joy were to whisper something in my ear, it'd be something to the effect of, I'm really glad you bought me and you took me off, you know, that department store lame shelf, but you should have gone with vintage Diorella or Diorissimo or even Dior Addict. Anyway, that's been my unboxing. Let me know what you think of Joy. I'd love to hear your comments, and I want to thank you for watching. We'll see you again soon.